The book 88 Reasons Why Christ Will Come Back in 1988 came out. It was sent to almost every church in America, and a lot of lay people got their hands on it, and people began to read it and begin to become very afraid. Christians actually had their pets put to sleep. Some people flew to Jerusalem so that they could watch Christ return on the Mount of Olives. Some people did some pretty wacky and wild stuff, believing that Jesus was actually coming back in 1988. To my knowledge, he didn't. Well, now Harold Camping has come out and said that Judgment Day, or the rapture of the church, is going to take place on May 21st, 2011. That wasn't a trumpet sound. That was somebody driving pickup by with probably needs some muffler work. Anyway, on May 21st, 2011, God's judgment's going to fall on the earth, and the church is going to be raptured. Now, every news article that I've read on this, everything I've seen on the TV, even Christian ministers that have been talking about it on TV, they've all been scoffing. They've all been saying, well, whenever somebody says something's going to happen on such and such a date, you can cross that date out. It's a completely different reaction to the 1988 prediction. As a matter of fact, it's such a completely different reaction that it kind of scares me, because I don't think we can ever eliminate a date for the rapture of the church or the judgment of the world. Just because somebody says it's going to happen on this date doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it also doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And while we have to be cautious in everything that we do and in everything that we say and everything that we believe, at the same time, we don't need to throw caution to the wind. The biggest question isn't when is Christ going to return, or when is the rapture of the church going to happen, or when is the judgment of the world going to take place. The biggest question that we need to be asking is, are we ready? If there was a rapture on May 21st, 2011, would you be ready, or would you be left behind? What kind of life are you living? What kind of choices are you making? What kind of things are you doing? And if you're not doing things that would make you ready to meet your Maker on Saturday, then why not? Because isn't that how you should be living every single day of your life? Shouldn't you be walking with the Lord in such a manner that if He came at any time, if at any time we heard that trumpet sound and we knew that it was our time to go and we could be gone, that we'd be able to go? Because if you're not ready now, what makes you think you're going to be ready a year from now or 2 years from now? If you can't prepare yourself on a day-to-day basis and you're not living the life that you know is consistent with God's standards right now, what makes you think that you're going to be doing that tomorrow? And the other question is, when Jesus comes back, what if He's not this happy-go-lucky emerging church Jesus who's cool with everything? What if He's your grandpa and grandma's Jesus who expects you to toe the line and be faithful and live according to biblical standards and not just postmodern standards of your own choosing? You know, if anything, Harold Camping has given us a lot to think about. The rapture may or may not happen on May 21st. But maybe something greater is happening. Maybe there's a wake-up call that's going out to people, saying, hey, if you're not living the life that you need to be living now, you're not ready. You're not ready for the return of Christ. You're so caught up in the pursuit of leisure and all these dumb little things that you've lost sight of your true goal. We should be working to make this world a better place. We should be reaching out to our friends and our family and our loved ones who don't know the gospel of peace. What are you doing today? If Jesus does come back on Saturday, are you ready? And if you're not, what do you need to do to get ready? Because he may come back before then.